Hello, this is Winston Cunningham. It is July the 21st, 2025. And the title of my talk this morning is I Wasn't Ready. Recently, I've been figuring out because I had a slight kidney infection, and so the the cause of that I know from the book Permanent Healing is that the doing some regret or self-condemnation. And I'd worked through all of that. And so um, I figured out more, and I'm just figured out more this morning. It's because I have been guilty of, I would be wondering, well, why didn't I do that this way? Why didn't I do that that way? Uh, why didn't I do better? Or why didn't I catch that at the time? Uh, and I'm realizing, and I have before, I just haven't taken it to the bank, so to speak, that I wasn't ready yet. No matter what we can imagine that we want, or that whatever we imagine that we can do, until we actually do it, we don't know for sure that we can. We think we can, we believe we can, but we don't know that we can until we get to it. And the getting to it requires some preparation. And so there's work to be done. And I've been a bit lazy at times. So this is a part of it. So I could just say that the kidney infection was caused by laziness. Maybe. But that's a step toward understanding this old shooting match. And the understanding comes in bits and pieces. If it came all at once, I don't think anybody can handle that. So we got to take it in bits and pieces. Many times throughout my life, I've had that regret because when I get on the other side of a situation and say, well, I should have known how to do that. So I start berating myself a little bit. But actually, all of this was just telling me or pointing me to the fact that I needed to prepare. And I did a talk on preparing myself to receive, and I may have touched on some of this in that talk. But I'm putting these things together as I go, and of course that's what experience is for. So I guess I'm on track. and I had the kidney infection because I needed to see this. And that's another talk I did. We have what we need. If we didn't need it, we wouldn't have it. So the need usually has a lot to do with something we need to put together in our understanding, which requires experience. So today I'm beginning to put more attention on, and I have been lately, but now I'll be putting more attention on preparing myself ahead of time. I got a friend that's real good at this stuff, getting prepared to do what you're ready to do. So many times where I've fallen short of getting what I said I wanted or what I said I would do, I was not yet making my word good. And I've had a variety of experiences to lend understanding to making the word good. Because the word, as I understand it, means when you give somebody your word, that is your commitment to honoring truth as you spoke it. Truth will set you free. That's the whole 9 yards. So the truth will set you free. And today I'm coming to a new truth about I wasn't ready yet. So that's just a simple thing to admit. But I guess I got enough pride to say, well, that's calling myself less than I see myself being. So there's a little bit of a conscious ego, and about the time I think I've got all that behind me, then here it comes again. So even though I may have made progress in the majority of what it means to have the conscious ego in front of you and getting it behind you to push you forward, that's its original intention. Even though I've got a pretty good understanding of that, there's still more to be added. Otherwise, I would not have had this experience of having an infection in my kidneys. So, and again, the physical body is here to mirror our thoughts, and it does. If something's going on in your physical body you don't like, it didn't start in the physical body, it started in your mind. And here, let me just touch base on this, because I keep seeing reference to people that are talking about mind and are using mind without really knowing the structure of mind. And I appreciate the School of Metaphysics because I learned the structure of mind. Because you'll see some well-known authors and well-known spokespeople that say the mind does this, the mind does that. Well, they don't know the structure of mind. So they lump everything into one space. But let me just put this in case somebody that needs to hear this is because when they say the mind, when you know the structure of mind, you'll know that they're inaccurately describing the conscious ego, which is a part of mind. But when they say mind, that includes all of mind. That's not accurate. Conscious ego is the one that gets you in trouble, the one that lies to you. And it's not mind that does that. It is the conscious ego, that's a part of mind that represents unconsciousness. Okay. I just wanted to add that at this point. I wasn't ready yet. And so when I said, and I'm catching myself in subtle ways of berating myself because, I've been to the School of Metaphysics. I've been trained in mind. I've been trained about how to do all of these things. And I guess I'm a little embarrassed that I'm not producing in my life the things that I feel like I ought to be able to do. And there's that word that I've tried to eradicate from my vocabulary, should not. So I should be able to do this. So I don't like that word should and should not. But I'm learning this, and learning, this is the key thing. One of the key things about learning is the subtlety and essence. And I did a talk on that, the subtlety and essence. But still, even though I'm talking about these things, I'm learning about them at the same time. And this reminds me, it was stated in the lessons, my teacher disagreed with this, but it was stated in the lessons that a person teaches best what they most need to learn. And I'm constantly teaching, but here I am talking about the things that I need to learn. So, and what are we doing here? To learn about ourselves. This is all. And I did talk about distractions. You get caught up into and most people need to be distracted because they don't know why they're here. And they want to have fun. They want to get some pleasure out of this trip here. And that's a part of it. But as my friend talks about climbing, he said if you're going to rest, rest. If you're going to climb, climb. But you're doing one or the other. Not approaching it as an either or situation, which there's a losing proposition and that's just why right or wrong doesn't work. Because there's no learning in it. You're just saying, well, I'm right and everybody else is wrong. Or everybody else is right and I'm wrong. I've been through both of those. And they're both a different form of silliness. Or tomfoolery, as who used that word? Maybe it was one of the older writers early on in this country, at least. I forget. Maybe in Mark Twain. I don't know. Not sure. But anyway, I'm not ready yet. So I don't have, if I don't yet have what I think I ought to have, or think I really wanted enough to have it, but I have to be ready. And so here again, these experiences are just a reminder. Okay, I can relax a little bit now because I know I'm just not prepared. So I need to do some work getting prepared. That's where the work comes in. And the work comes in, being prepared is part of, as my teacher pointed out, clarifying the picture, and I've been working a lot at that. She said, if your picture is clear, you'll have it. If you don't have it yet, that's because your picture is not yet clear. So always the chief thing I'm looking for is more clarity. And my experiences provide me a way to have more clarity if I choose to pay attention. And the key word is pay, and I talked about that in a recent talk. Getting prepared, that's so, and I've got a long list of things that I need to do, and I've kind of shoved aside I used to keep a to-do list, and my friend that gets things done, he's good about the to-do list, but I was kind of bothered by that, so I kind of shoved it aside, but I may have to re-implement my to-do list. Just prompting myself to the activity which may help me be more prepared. So it's not an excuse or an apology. It's just a recognition of the fact that I'm not where I really want to be because I wasn't ready yet. Isn't that silly? And most of the things that really trip us up are just an act of silliness. And I hope before too long, I don't know how long, but I hope that I reach a point to where I can say, I don't have to say I wasn't ready yet. I'm Winston Cunningham. Here I am again. Have a good day. Bye.